Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Canon 4 TV. I've just finished watching the second half of Arsenal versus Wolves. I was on duty, driver's duty, so I didn't get to see the first half. I was listening to it on the radio, but I didn't get to see the first half. And when I tuned into the second half, maybe 5 minutes in, I heard a commentator say, "Comfortable. It's so comfortable for Arsenal." Comfortable. Oh my goodness. Do you know, it's like, you're not going to expect a team to have control of the game for the entirety of the game. It's very rare that happens. So there's going to be some lulls in the game. We're going to lose control. But I got the impression that when we scored those two quick fire goals there, Arsenal still didn't put Wolves away. Didn't put them away. And the most important thing is that we got the job done. That's the most important thing. They scored a goal. And like we were on tenterhooks thinking, what's going to be happening here? But we got the job done. Sorry, guys, just give me a second. So yes. So first things first, we'll look at the starting 11. So this was a starting 11 of your main man there, number 2, William Saliba. No surprises really in the goalkeeping department. Always expecting David Raya to be there. Tomiyasu, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, we'll get to him in a moment. Declan Rice, Trossard. Actually, I was surprised. I actually thought that that on number 29, Kai Havertz would have started, but Trossard starts nonetheless. Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and then we have Gabriel Jesus. So that was your starting 11 there. And again, I was on the motorway, and my wife's talking to me, and I heard, like, was it 8 minutes? 7, 8 minutes? Yeah. So there we go. Bukayo Saka scored a goal. Again, I didn't see it. I still haven't seen how he scored the goal. And then hot on the heels of him scoring a goal, according to the commentating, it's probably the 2 best goals you see this season. Well worked. But I still haven't seen it. So Martin Odegaard scored the goal. So that is what I heard, and that's what I kind of saw until I arrived back home. Again, driving duties for my wife. I'm going to be leaving soon, actually. And so it was an extended first half because I think there were some injuries. So it was like injury time went over. And I already had scheduled to do the live show at 5:10, thinking I probably might need to get back in time. But it was a good thing I did. Because the second half, again, when I tuned into the radio and then onto my laptop, I heard a commentator say, "Oh, this is so comfortable for Arsenal. So comfortable." Comfortable. We don't still have the ability to put most games actually put it to rest so early. And it didn't happen, did it? It didn't happen. But listen, again, I can only go by it from what I heard and what I saw. So 50-50. And where are we? We are still top of the league. We're giving us a little bit of a gap, 4-point gap over nearest rivals, say Man City. Are they rivals? And we've got to wait and see basically what happens tomorrow. They play against Tottenham, I believe. Then you've got Liverpool and Aston Villa as well. I mean, I'm sure somebody will come in the live chat and tell me that actually I've got that wrong. But the most important thing is that we got the win. 2-1 to the Arsenal. 2-1. No, I haven't done a poll just yet. I think I might just do one very, very quickly. And whilst I'm doing that, talk amongst yourselves. Also, what else was there? I haven't even done a poll. Who's going to be our man of the match? If you're watching me now, you can come in and tell me who you think should be the man of the match. Now, I did say we'll get to Zinchenko. Now, Zinchenko, it's like, if we want to look for someone to blame in conceding that goal, it might be Alexander Zinchenko, because we have a way, of not just clearing the ball. We want to play the ball out from the back. Once we've given up possession and we've regained possession, what is the first thing in our mind is not to clear the ball in row Z. The first thing in our mind is try and play the ball out from the back, cool, calm, and collectively. So he tried to go in there. He missed it. Then he regained a possession of the ball, and they nicked the ball, and it was a really good goal, actually, scored by them. But I'm not going to blame him. It's just It's just one of those things. Modern day football, almost all teams now want to play the ball out from the back. It's as simple as that. Right, so let's go and just talk about who's the man of the match. So come and tell me, who do you think should be our man or men of the match? I just see there's 5 of you watching. We're just reviewing the Arsenal versus Wolves game over here. So I think I'll go by it from what I saw anyway, at least. So your man of the match versus Wolves. So I don't know. Odegaard. I'll go Saka. Who else? Who else can I go in there for? Rice, baby. And I don't know who else. Martinelli. Yeah, there you go. I might wait actually before I post it until somebody comes in and tells me who they believe should be man or men of the match. Again, didn't see the first half, but I was listening to it on the radio, driving out of London with my wife. And by the time I got back, I put the radio on just to try and keep in the loop. Then I put my laptop on, and the first words I heard from the commentator was comfortable. It looks so comfortable for Arsenal. See how we started at the blocks so very, very quickly. Goals from Bukayo Saka and the club captain Martin Odegaard. And then there's a bit of a lull, towards the end of the second half. Then, no, towards the end of the first half, and then beginning of the second half, that lull continued. And what happens? All the while, you kind of lost control because you haven't really put the game to rest, because one goal could start, some kind of chain reaction. And that's exactly what happened. I'm thinking we've got to learn how to close games out, put teams to the sword. The most important thing is we've got the 3 points. And I guess that's the most important thing, isn't it? I don't know. Right, so those of you who are watching now, you're watching me. I want to know, who was your man of the match? Arsenal versus Wolves. I mean, I could put the same old names out again, but I don't really want to be doing that. I can only go by from what I saw and what I kind of heard, which really wasn't that much. So again, let's look at the team sheets for today's game. This was a team sheet. I think Rice. I mean, Trossard didn't have the best of games. Saka, yeah, Martinelli, and there was an opportunity for Eddie Nketiah, who came on, and he hit the post. And I thought, well, he's going to score. Going to put those chances away. I know you haven't scored in the longest time. I don't know how many games now you haven't scored, Eddie. But this one basically was put on the plate for you, wasn't it? But yeah. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do. Let me post it up now. Let's have a look. I'll probably put Gabriel Jesus just for the fun of it. Gabriel J. There we go. Now you can go and vote to your heart's content. So we go now into a 4-point lead over Man City. Kind of sounds reminiscent of last season, doesn't it? What are we going to have learned from last season when we fluffed our lines? There wasn't enough rotation. The players kind of looked like cat caught in the car lights. We've got a bit of a gap between ourselves and Man City. Now, Man City do play tomorrow, as I understand it, and we've got to try and remain composed. Don't lose your heads. Cool, calm, and collective. It's a long old season. On top of that, we're in the Champions League as well. So the squad numbers are going to be stretched somewhat. But it's going to call for, we've got leadership, not only in Martin Odegaard, but Declan Rice, future Arsenal captain and probably England captain as well. So we've got, although we've lost Granit Xhaka, a little bit of a hot-headed leader, we've got Declan Rice. So squad numbers are going to be calling there. It's a long old season. I'm still going to be expecting some twists and turns. But let's see what Arsenal can do this time round. Now, I didn't give a prediction yesterday on the Easy Talk. I did say this one should have been an easy win for Arsenal. Easy, somewhat. So there are 17. You are watching me over here. Come into the live chat. Let me know your thoughts about the game. Excuse me. Who was your man of the match? And did we get away with one? And by that I mean, was there a shout for a penalty? I don't think so. From the angle I saw, it hit Gabriel Magalhaes' stomach and upper torso, then stomach. So there was no penalty there. Absolutely not. All right. So whilst people are just thinking about whether you're thinking whether you want to type in the live chat or not, let me just read a couple of comments we have. One from our moderator for this instant post-game reaction. Ashley, your thoughts on the game? Because I didn't see all of the game. Omotubi, good evening to you. Said, how on earth will Arsenal play like that and they couldn't score just one goal in the second half? We need a good striker. Well, I've been saying that, haven't I? Haven't been saying that. I mean, I'm not sure what your thoughts about Gabriel Jesus. Was he relatively quiet? I mean, did they defend so well that it kept him quiet? Havertz came on in the second half, so didn't really have enough time to make a good impact. But Eddie Nketiah had an opportunity, didn't he? And he hit the post. We need a good striker. Amatubi, then, because I always say this, when people say we need a midfielder, we need a striker, we need a winger. So let me frame this as we need a striker. Which striker do you think Arsenal realistically can go into the transfer market and buy? And I don't know, Ivan Toney, Victor Osimhen, who do you think? I missed most of the game, although I did not miss Nketiah's miss. Open goal. It wasn't open goal. The goalkeeper was there in the middle. But this is why we need a top striker. We do need a striker. It's a bit difficult to kind of envisage Gabriel Jesus. What would have Gabriel Jesus done in that position? Would he have put it away? I don't know. What else is there? I think I just want to talk about one of the other players there. So we're talking about Raya. Again, I'm not surprised that he's maintained or retained his position there as number one goalkeeper. Tomiyasu, I think he went down with an injury, didn't he? I don't have any news in regards to Tomiyasu. Saliba, again, rock steady performance. Magalhaes, again, these two, when you've got an understanding between yourself and another player or a group of players, it's really good, isn't it? And they do say, winning can become a habit, and long may it continue. It needs to continue. Come on, I want some more comments in the live chat before I wrap up this one. I've got to go and collect my wife from her party. Thomas party. Oh my goodness. Right, so let me just have a quick look at the fixtures for tomorrow. Oops, what have I done? Right, so the fixtures for tomorrow are like this. So Aston Villa play Bournemouth away. Then Chelsea play Brighton and Albion. Liverpool play Fulham. Come on, Fulham. West Ham play Crystal Palace in the London derby. And Man City, as I said, we were playing against Tottenham at home. Right, come on, let's get the comments rolling, please. Rolling. Keep these comments rolling. Right. Yeah, Jesus would have put that away. Even Havertz, no, forget that one. Ashley, behave yourself. Yeah, and I tell you what, we're not about to do player ratings. I don't do that anymore. We just talk about the performance, the players as a whole. We might kind of isolate maybe one or two players. I did speak about Alexander Zinchenko. Again, rather than hoofing the ball out from the back, he tried to play the ball out from the back and got caught, and they scored. It was a good goal. And then what happened? Panic kind of set in. Panic stations. I kid you not. I was thinking, oh no, because I think Wolves have scored in their last 12 games. I was thinking, right, okay, so we can probably concede one goal, but still win, and it happened. But I'm thinking, the moment we conceded a goal, it's like it was backs against the wall. I'm talking about a low block, a low block. I was thinking, no, this is not about to happen. They're not about to come and secure 1 point away from home. And that was my fear. Literally, if they had more time, because I think it was like in the 100th minute, that's when the whistle blew. I think, oh my goodness. Got to learn to close games out. Can't give, teams those opportunities there. Got to learn to manage the game. And I'm saying that, I guess, if Eddie Nketiah had scored that goal, we probably wouldn't have been saying that, would we? But then he didn't score, which is why we're talking about it. Jesus played very well, but missed a good chance. He should have scored. Oh, right. Okay. All right. Again, I didn't see that. I was driving. Jonathan, good afternoon. Hey, this is Jonathan. Uganda evening. Here in Uganda. Big up, my boys. A real deal this season. I hope so, Jonathan. I hope so, because we said that last season. Nobody saw us get in the heights of the Premier League, only for us to kind of give it up. But this time around, I think there's more pressure on us to replicate, copy the performance. And also remember, we are in the Champions League. The real deal? Let's see. Striker take chances and opportunity. Jesus is too wasteful, though he scored some wonderful goals. He's more of an instinctive striker. It's like when I remember Theo Walcott, even though he played predominantly on the wings, if you gave him too much time, he would miss the opportunity, whereas less time, more chances of scoring the goals. And I get an impression with Gabriel Jesus, he's like that. More of an instinctive striker, not somebody you give time on the ball and he'll slot the ball into the goal. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Right. Okay, let's have a quick look. Let me remove this from the screen. And if just tuned in, we're just talking about the game that's just finished 20 minutes ago now. Arsenal versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. And we kind of got away with it, didn't we? 2 fast, quick-fire goals from Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard. Controlled the first half relatively. Then towards the end of the first half, it went into a bit of a lull. Second half, bit of a lull. We kind of lost control. And then we had a couple of chances. And then they came back with that chance, innit? That it took very, very well. Because Alexander Zinchenko was kind of just playing on the ball. Rather than just clearing the ball, try to play out from the back. Can't do that. Can't do that. All right, let's have a look at the poll now. Let's have a look. So what I have done now, your man of the match. I've chosen these players because nobody else told me anything. In 9 minutes, we've had 14 votes. And the players who I chose was Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, Martinelli, and Gabriel Jesus. So on 0% of the votes is Gabriel Jesus. Tied on 7% of the votes is Martinelli and Bukayo Saka. On 29% of the votes is Declan Rice. And out in front on 57% is a club captain in Martin Odegaard. So guys, keep voting. Keep voting. We go onwards. Let's go on. Let me remove this so you can see me. Worry. Saka is the man of the match. He's put in performances. Kudos at the star boy. Is he still star boy? He's a man now, isn't he? Isn't it star man? Doesn't sound right, isn't it? Star man. Star man. Man star. Man star. Star man. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Right. Okay. Let's check in on our Twitter feed. Let's see if there's been any comments there thus far. All right, okay, there's nothing there so far. Okay. Right. Okay, if there's no more comments, we're going to wrap this up very, very soon. I don't want to be late for collecting my wife from her Thomas party. Right. Okay, any more comments? Otherwise, we are going to wrap this one up. I just need to check something. So, just a quick heads up, what's going to be happening for the next, say, couple of days or so. Let me just quickly get this one there and get this here. Right. Okay. So our next game is on Tuesday. We play away to Luton Town. That's going to be 8:15. So it's a local time, UK time, 8:15 kickoff, Luton Town. And then on the Monday, we are back to doing our Back 5 podcast, where I am joined by other content creators, Arsenal content creators, that is. We usually do this every 2 weeks on a Monday, but because I've been away, I'm just trying to on another project, and there's been some illnesses as well amongst our content creators or panelists. We haven't done one for a while, so there's that one. And then on Tuesday, it will be a Tuesday night show hosted by Guna Matters. And then it will be the Friday for the Easy Talk. So, to be honest, you've been spoiled for so much content on Canon for the TV. And I don't have to do much work now these days. Yeah, just kind of sit back and watch the money roll in. Money? There's no money. There's no money. No. There's a little bit of money that pays for some bills, but not the massive bills. Yeah, it's a hobby. It has to be a hobby. Right, so there's been just a few more comments in the live chat. And run through this very quickly before we wrap up this show here. It doesn't go, boss. All right, Starboy. Okay. Yeah. He's a man, isn't it? He's not a boy. Anyway, the guy is coming back to last season of fluidity. And Luton will be smacked big time. Got to be very, very careful because we're not in the Premier League. Anything can happen in the Premier League. Right. Last look at the poll questions. Then I am out of here. Double quick time. And again, the last poll that we have done is your man of the match. Actually, no. We did one before that. There's one before that. So the one we did yesterday was in regards to no. What am I doing? No, 2 days ago. What am I doing here? Is it 2 days ago? No. What am I doing? No, not Lawns. Yeah, I mean, we did one yesterday, which was in regards to the prediction. And overwhelmingly, 93% of the votes said it's going to be a win for Arsenal. So well done for that. And then the poll that we've done within the last 15 minutes, your man of the match. And I chose these players there because nobody else came in the live chat and told me which players I should put for nominations for the man of the match. So we have received 23 votes. Gabriel Jesus is still on 0 votes or 0%. Martinelli is 4% of the votes. 13% of the votes has gone to Bukayo Saka. 22% has gone to Declan Rice. And 61% of the votes out in the front still is your club captain, Martin Odegaard. Yeah, there you go. Right. Okay. And just a quick heads up, just if you're just coming in from work, I don't know, I might just spoil it for you, but yeah, it is what it is. Arsenal beat Wolves. So the Cannon did massacre the Wolves 2-1 with 2 quick fire goals, one from Bukayo Saka on the 6th minute, and one from the club captain, Martin Odegaard. I have not seen the goals. I was actually driving my wife to an engagement party. So I was just listening to the action on the radio. And on the way back, I made it just in time to, I think it was like 5 minutes in for the second half. And I kid you not, the first words I heard come up from the commentator's mouth was comfortable. This is comfortable for Arsenal. Well, it was up until the point when they scored that goal. And I'm not about to blame Alexander Zinchenko. It is what it is. Players these days, they're not told to hoof the ball out into a rosette. They're told to be cool, calm, and collective and just place the ball across the face of the goal or to your nearest teammates. And that's what happened. He got dispossessed, trying to play the ball calmly, and he scored. It was a good goal. It was a good goal by Mateus Cunha, a good goal there. But I'm not about to blame him. It is that's modern day football for you. And just a last look at the table. There we go. We are on top of the tree. Festive there. We've got a little bit of daylight between ourselves and Man City. Let's hope we've learned our lesson from last season. We had a massive old gap, and only for us to capitulate, and Man City won the Premier League. We're still hunting for our first Premier League in over 20 years. Let's see what happens this time around. So again, just coming in. This was the starting 11. David Raya, Tomiyasu, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Zinchenko, Declan Rice, Trossard, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Gabriel Jesus. And there is the result. 2-1 to Arsenal. Who would have thought? Well, I would have thought. Yeah. Just one more. My best and warm greetings to your beautiful wife. Enjoy the party and your weekend. Thank you, my friend. And you two have a great weekend. And so that is it. That is it. So on the day that we got the business done, even though we started at the blocks, and there I was on the radio thinking it could be a cricket score. It could be massive. On the back of the 6-0 emphatic win against RC Lens in the Champions League, I was thinking, oh, here we go again. Here we go. The fluidity in the football, the understanding between the players. What more can you ask for? 3 points. 3 points. And we got the 3 points. Anyhow, you will see me on Monday for the Back 5 podcast with some other content creators. I'll leave it on here for you. And until then, this has been Canon for the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.